My name is Linda Grant, and as a writer, I tell people stories. I've come into Perth today to tell you the story of Catherine Glover, otherwise known as the Fair Maid of Perth. She doesn't say a lot, but this beautiful sculpted figure tells a very interesting story. She's the fictitious heroine of the novel The Fair Maid of Perth, written by Sir Walter Scott and published in 1828. Although she's fictitious, we have a statue of her in our high street. So why is someone who never existed so prominent today? Sir Walter Scott blended historical truth with fiction and was inspired by some of the real characters of Perth and events that took place here in the 14th century. Scott placed these events as stories within stories. One of these events took place just down the road here on Perth's beautiful North Inch in 1396. The Battle of the Clans, one of the most infamous events in the city's turbulent history, was set against a landscape of feuding nobles and clans at war. This was a staged mass trial by combat. 30 men from Clan Chattan and 30 men from Clan Kai fought to the death in the presence of King Robert III of Scotland. Victory was claimed by Clan Chattan and Clan Kai was decimated, with the exception of one man who fled to safety by swimming across the River Tay. There you are. Stories can be powerful. Scott's novel put Catherine here and Perth generally on the map. Great tourist promotion. And people still try to trace Catherine Glover in histories and formal records. As for the Battle of the Clans, well, you just couldn't make that one up. Well, I'm back in the warm, having left the Fair Maid of Perth sitting on a bench in the middle of the city centre. But here we are, ready to talk about conversation starters and story starters, so that you can begin to either write or record your meaningful memories. Memories, music and stories connect us and make us the people we are. You bring your unique life experience to your stories, and that's what makes you you. Sharing these memories with family members and others is such a precious thing to do and creates strong connections between us. But it can be quite daunting to start telling and sharing your stories if you have a blank sheet of paper in front of you. So we've put some ideas together for you in a series of activities that we've called Warming Up Your Words, and you can download these from our website. By completing some of these activities, you will already be sharing part of your story. So let's have a look at them and see if any of them bring a smile to your face. So here we go. This is the booklet that I'm talking about. And the first of our activities that I'm going to introduce to you is about writing a happy story in 3 words. I've got some examples here, and there's a really nice one to begin with because I've used the example of summer is coming. I've also used the example of you're not alone, the tea's ready, I'm a grandmother, and for you rugby fans, Scotland wins Calcutta Cup. That's actually 4 words, but they deserve the extra word. Another activity we have is what would be the title of your own life story? And we've got some Scottish life stories featured here. Billy Connolly probably has come up with the best one. His is called Tall Tales and Wee Stories, and that's coming from the fellow that's been telling tall tales all his life. We also have The Voice of Rugby by Bill McLaren, and a more recent one is My Name's Doddy by Doddy Weir. But what would be yours? I think in my case, the example of a title of my life story would probably be, whoops, maybe I should do that again. Here's another one, and this one's called Sayings from Childhood. These are the kind of things that our mothers and grannies said to us, and we probably swore we would never say those things to our kids, and then we did. And I remember these, and I hope you do too, and I'm sure you'll come up with some even better examples. But who remembers being told, "Who is she? The cat's mother?" Or another one, "Were you born in a barn?" Another one is, "If you go out with wet hair, you'll catch a cold." Moving on. Let's go to the next example, which is about giving yourself a good talking to. This is a form of affirmation, which is around positive sayings that you can tell yourself, especially when things get difficult or challenging. But one of the examples I've used is, be kind to yourself. Another example I've used is, it's okay to make mistakes. And for any of you that have already taken part in our Pocket Positives initiative, which is to write sayings of support for local school children, then this is the same kind of activity, but you're turning it inwards to yourself. Another activity, and I've called it Seems Like Yesterday, is about the kind of words and phrases that we can use to get conversations going. And one of my favourites is, did you know such and such? Did you know that that shop used to be the Co-op? Did you know that that street used to be called a different name? Did you know what that building used to be used for? So did you know, remember when? Listening to something reminds me of something. These are all things that can start conversations, and you can end up sharing stories you didn't even know you knew. Here's another one. I'm taking you a little bit further back into your youth now, and I've called this When We Were Young. Now, I've only just learned this thanks to the charity Playlist for Life, but apparently we have a memory bump between the age of 10 and 30 when our memories are likely to be very strong, probably connected with the idea that we're growing up, we're making changes in our lives, we're embarking on new life journeys. But these questions, these prompts, are designed to get you thinking about these earlier years. So, for example, what's your favourite memory from childhood? Your strongest memory of your hometown? Or what you enjoyed most about your earlier life? I think that's a good one to get going with. So, in conclusion, what we're trying to help you to do is to tell and share stories. They can be long, they can be short. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you start thinking. Remember, you can tell your story through music. Creating a soundtrack to your life is a great thing to do, and we recommend that you use the resources from Playlist for Life charity and also BBC Music Memories. We'll help you with that. So there you are, hopefully with some warmed up words to get you started with your stories. I'll take you back to the Fair Maid. Bye for now. So it's goodbye from Catherine and goodbye from me, and we hope you've enjoyed this film.